And welcome back. Right. So, we have unlocked the Stollwurm legendary contract. And Stollwurms just might be the toughest legendary beast added by the Legends mod. So I have no clue how difficult this contract is. I have never done it, never attempted it. I've only fought a Stollwurm, I think, once. And that time I did win, yes, but they are terrifying beasts. They are the bigger, nastier, meaner, more terrifying versions of lindworms. And even lindworms are kind of deadly to us still. So, what I will do here is we will attempt this contract. We will take it, but I have made a save and I will allow myself one reload, one exactly. And if it turns out that this is too much for us, we will reload and we probably, after that, will try to save this Stollwurm shenanigans to the very end of the run. So even after we've done the Ijirok and maybe the Kraken and maybe the Witch Hut and all the other legendary contracts, we will leave this to the last if this turns out to be absolutely horrifyingly terrific, etc. So that is the plan here, but let's open this contract negotiation. You enter the keep and are shown down to the cellar, while the room clearly once held food stores. They are reduced to rubbish now, smashed around the room. A huge hole has been smashed in one wall, and Thibaut of Weidenbach has his head pointed down the tunnel, peering into the gloom. You see torchlight further down the tunnel, but a voice from the hall yells out, "It's no use, sire. The tunnel ends in a collapse." Thibaut of Weidenbach turns back to the room and sees you waiting. "Good, good. Glad to see you, tracker. They tell me you have experience hunting worms, and as you can see, I have a worm problem. A Stollwurm has been terrorizing the area." Only one? Is it only one? It's not going to be only one, is it? "Raiding our supplies and taking cattle before disappearing as fast as it arrived. We have tried chasing it down the holes, laying traps and every other trick we can think of. This is no ordinary worm. It is as quick as lightning and just as deadly. It has killed several of my men and will require expert tracking to find. Are you up for the challenge?" Well, probably not, but let's try it anyway. I expect to be well compensated to fight an enemy such as this. Okay, so we are going to be paid over 20,000 crowns, which indicates, yes, this is going to be super difficult. We will accept the contract. Now, our roster. So, we have Chloe with the shield, tanking. We also have Hubert with the shield now, tanking. Has a good amount of melee defense and freedom of movement, etc., etc. We also have Gajon as a tank, and we kind of have Enhard as a semi-tank, semi-damage dealer. But we'll see if 70 melee defense is going to be enough. We also have Asa is using this regular weapon, is not using a reach weapon. I'll try to, well, actually I should give her like a reach weapon in her inventory just in case. So do we have one? We have a pike. No, that's good enough. Okay, we have Sami and Wolf as our dynamic duo, as they did so well in the Lindworm fight. Let's see how they do against the big brother of the Lindworms. Herman is in, this time with the Wolf's Bardish. Also has the Estok in his inventory. Halvor is of course coming, Volram is coming with the Desert Basher. Jon is using this Willem the Rat's Sunderer. Oldamin is using the Pole Flail, might take out the Fallen Hero's Trouser, but with 37 melee defense and no freedom of movement, I don't believe that will happen. Borkild is in, he's using a reach weapon at least for now. And of course, Emmerich, our biggest damage dealer against Lindworms with this fantastic polearm, is in. Has aggressive, has a good amount of melee skill, and makes for a prime inspire target. So that's our team. I am leaving Vala the bow and Malobot behind, even though they could contribute, but I think they'll contribute less. Right, and we have a perk to give Borghild, and there are some options here. We could take like a weapons mastery, but with Iron Lungs and Battle Flow, I think it's a bit unnecessary. So I decided on Clarity for some more armor ignoring damage. Could also take something like Gifted, could take Crippling Strikes, could take, I don't know, Rotation maybe, though it's a bit bad with this amount of fatigue pool. We could consider like Second Wind for more safety. Muscularity adds a bit of damage, but it's not as good with a weapon like she's going to be using and is using, and also with this relatively low amount of hit points. Could have gone with Headhunter as well, which works quite well with the Basilisk Trophy Necklace, but yeah, I'll just take Clarity, I guess. Also, Assured Conquest, I usually don't even take that, but it is undoubtedly a good perk to have. But yeah, I have decided on Clarity, so let's take Clarity here. Right, and we are as ready as we are going to be, I suppose, unless I've forgotten something, which is always possible. Let us make another save. So here's the Stollworm save, which we quite likely will end up reloading. But let's save here as well. Okay. Hunt down the Stollwurms around Weidenbach, so... Yeah, I did do the scenario that is available in the starting menu, where you can fight a Stollworm, and the team you get there is absolutely ridiculously weak. So they have no chance even against one Stollworm, but here we can see that apparently there's only 2 Stollworms, so that is probably doable. I don't know if people are going to be killed, but that is probably doable. So let's see. Let us see how this goes. We could draw them into the first Grimborg company, maybe. I assume they're going to start chasing us. No, they're running from us, okay. Well, I wouldn't have done it anyway. Not on this first try. So the fact that there's only 2 is also an indication of how powerful an individual Stollworm is. Please don't run into the mountains there, or the hills. You are checking the map when Wolram calls out. Looking up, you see the Stollworms emerging from a hole in the ground, great sheets of dust streaming off their sides. Their bodies sway low to the ground as they whip their way toward the beastie boyos. You draw out your sword and order the men into formation. Charge! Okay, well, let us take a look at them. Well, we don't see them yet. So my hope is that I think they have like a huge amount of range. So they basically like almost teleport around the map. So my hope is that when Chloe, Hubert, Enhard and Gajon are in the front, that they will decide to target them and are content in trying to with futile efforts to score a hit with like 5% accuracy against them. But we'll see if that is actually what will happen here. Okay, I will move Gajon a bit further, since I would prefer Enhard is not targeted by them just yet, at least. So let's move to this spot. I could also take the high ground, but let's move to this spot so he is at the front there. And we wait with everyone and see what happens here. Okay, he's immediately able to attack twice. Both of them are over here. And let's take a look at them. So 400 head armor, 800 body armor, 2000 hit points. Battle flow, fearsome, resilient, killing frenzy, composure, muscularity. Muscularity is the big one, because muscularity is 10% damage increase, and with 2000 hit points, that's quite a lot. Pathfinder, Stalwart, and Underdog. So, no Berserk, that's probably good for us. They did have an 11% chance to hit Chloe, and hopefully they will continue to try to hit Chloe here. So I guess we just start pummeling them. Probably worth it to use Demolish Armor. So they have Underdog, so surround bonuses do nothing unless we have Backstabber, which Yon here does not. So let's target this one first, because I am hoping that this one further to the north is going to keep targeting Chloe with not much success. And we'll see, hopefully they don't like decide to teleport around and start attacking random people, but even if they do, most of us can handle like a hit or two. At least I hope so, against this huge hit point muscularity hit that they will be able to attack multiple times with. So 93 here. Okay, head armor is halfway gone, thanks to this amazing pole hammer. Now, do we move with Yon? I don't think we need to, but it might be prudent. Need to make room for other people with reach weaponry. I'm going to wait and decide later. Okay, Borghild, go for the other one. We'll use the Demolish Armor attack here as well. Okay, as we can see, there is a big difference between these hits. Both of them hit the head there. So Borghild can take this spot, but if Stollwurms work the same way as Lindworms, which they probably mostly do, this little tail here has a split attack, which means this spot is not safe to take. And as we saw, they attacked twice. So probably just hold position or move here. And with this fatigue situation, I'm just going to end Borghild's turn there. Now Asa, I am planning on using aggressively here, so let's just edge closer to them. Chloe, you get to act before they do. But I might want to move here for whatever reason. Not sure if that's like something I should be doing, but I kind of want to. That does open up the split attack here, but I don't know, it's probably fine. Also, okay, so the tail doesn't have zone of control. Good to know. And Sami, get closer. Enhard, the same deal. We'll just have to try to nuke them down before they're able to land some devastating blows. Didn't make room for Emmerich apparently. So let's put him over here. Okay. When I saw that there were two, I should have changed Hubert's equipment, I guess, because we don't need as many tanks for this. And since we don't have a rotation either on our tanks, well, Hubert could get it maybe, but doesn't have it yet. Also, I don't want to make Hubert like a full-time tank. But it's a bit of a waste that he has a shield out. But let's put him here in case like Chloe gets damaged and needs to relocate. Though it's going to be difficult to relocate if she gets damaged. Herman is also kind of awkwardly positioned here. Let's move over here. Now that we see that there's only 2 of them, I am kind of hopeful that we are able to do this. But we'll see, we'll see. Next round might be absolutely disgustingly horrifying, but we'll see. Let's inspire either the wolf or perhaps Emmerich here. Emmerich has the better weapon. Then again, Jon has a very good weapon. So we could inspire Jon for another good attack there. Let's do that. And Baldwin is kind of in a bad spot with 40 melee defense, thanks to the split attack. So maybe we only attack once here. And move here. Okay, Jon. Use another demolish armor. Good. Now the big question is, will they hold still or will they start to move around? That is the question here. But let's go for a lunge. We miss. That's a shame. And in case their attacks stagger or daze or something, I am going to wait instead of ending Sami's turn here. If it's either a stagger or daze, with resilient, after waiting, we can immediately clear it. Okay, Enhard goes in and hopefully lands a cudgel for a daze. 81% only. Okay, good. We have landed the daze there, and this one's head armor is gone. Good, good. The more damage we deal, the less they will deal, thanks to muscularity. Wait there, wait there. Wait here as well, because I don't want to be hit by a reach attack on Herman. Then again, does have 72 melee defense, so maybe it doesn't like matter that much. And the split attack, I don't know. We don't have much to gain by moving in and hitting now. So let's instead wait. Same with Emmerich. He is at most at risk from the reach attack with his -7 melee defense and lack of freedom of movement. Good, good. And I'll wait on who to inspire. Baldwin, do that. So maybe I should have waited in case he needs to reposition. Wait, and Borkild go for this one. And wait. Attacks 3 times. But luckily, none of them have connected. So absolutely terrifying if even one of these lands. I don't know how much exactly it's going to do for someone like Wolf, who has a good amount of armor and defenses, but yeah, we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see how deadly exactly it's going to be. I am... well, let's hold with Jon. But yeah, it's absolutely terrifying if this Stollworm goes for 3 reach attacks here. But yeah, we'll just... If like a couple of us die and we otherwise make it through this, I am not going to reload. It's only for the worst case scenario in which like basically everyone dies. Okay, they're going for the Wolf. Wolf is hit once. It's not too bad. The tail relocates, but so far this is going extremely well. And I believe we'll probably get out of this without any casualties. And in the future, when we do this, if we see there's only 2 or 3, we definitely need to readjust and not have as many tanks as we do, because it's a waste, basically. So Hubert here, for example, I could go in and take some slashes at them with the noble sword, but the damage is kind of pathetic. Then again, why wouldn't I do it? So some of the armor might be destroyed, but it's a slow progress, right? Let's see whose armor has been splashed. Yeah, it's 10% each turn, so it's not that big of a deal. Having only life is, I guess, a bit bad for that instead of being nimble, but we do have freedom of movement, so whatever, go in. And let's see, this might deals more damage. Yes. And we have a 77. Instead, let's go for the higher chance to hit there. Okay. And at this point, we don't really need to feed the kills to Emmerich, since we have already unlocked the contract as well. Wolf also has the favorite enemy perk. Let's go here. Don't want to be hit by both the reach attack and the split from this direction. But yeah, if this Stollwurms goes for 3 reach attacks on Emmerich, it's very, very, very bad, because it will hit every time. And I don't know if this amount of hit points and armor is enough with Nimble to survive that. It might be, because it is losing hit points at a rapid pace, which means the hits are getting weaker as well. Okay. Let's inspire Emmerich. Asa, go over there. Alright. Continue to shield wall, even though they're probably not going to target Chloe. So this is kind of a cluster fuck, basically, because at least without taunt, I can't like guarantee they'll go for one of my tanks. I guess Gashon now does have taunt, so we probably should be using it as well. Okay, keep on. Okay, sadly we missed the days. The days would help a lot as well. And I'm going to keep waiting instead of ending. Okay, so the taunt is 4 AP. We can't use shield wall with the taunt, but we have 100 melee defense, so it's probably fine. Now the question is, if I taunt just the tail, are both parts going to target Gajon? I believe they won't. So we need to decide which part to taunt. I guess we should taunt the head. I think that's more deadly, probably. Yes. Very manly of you, Gajon. Also, I ended his turn there when I shouldn't have. That was a slight mistake, because I don't know if they stagger or daze. And that might be extremely bad for someone who relies on freedom of movement. But we're probably fine. Probably. Also, if everything goes well, we might even be able to kill it before it gets to attack Gajon. Though that's kind of unlikely, I think. Yeah, it's probably not going to happen. So I could either move back here, or I could stay with Emmerich. Now that this head has been taunted, I believe we are fine here, but taunt isn't like a guarantee. Especially when there's this distance between Gajon and the Stollwurm head. So I guess to be safe we should move back here with Emmerich. Okay, we have staggered the Stollwurm thanks to this famed Desert Bashers plus 23% chance to stagger. I suppose that's good for us, but I'm not really sure if it's doing anything. Let's wait on the Inspire. Wait with Boldamin. Do that. Borkill, do that. Okay, wait. So only this one has armor left, but it would require a headshot. So let's instead go for the one that's almost dead at this point. Okay, Wolf is hit. It's a pretty bad hit. They're also hit here. And indeed, they do nasty effects. So Hubert has been stunned, as has Sami, but that doesn't matter since we have waited. And Jon has been dazed and is at half health. And even with this amount of body armor, it is quite a terrifying amount of damage that was dealt there. So let's see, was he hit only once? Misses Jon, hits Jon, tail slam. Okay, I think... Okay, he was hit twice. Okay, well that's good to know, because if that was only one hit, then that would be indeed kind of BS almost. So what we have learned here is Battleforged is probably not the way to go against Stollwurms. Freedom of movement, however, seems to be quite good. And Jon needs to get out of there, but as we have learned, the tail part does not have zone of control, so he should be able to just walk on out of there. And indeed we see that the taunt is working, so another thing we've learned here is having tanks with taunt is extremely valuable here. So if we had more than one capable of taunting, then this fight would be far safer. And we don't even need to risk Jon on the assumption that the tail doesn't have a zone of control, because we can just rotate with Warram. But we did see earlier on that they shouldn't have it. So I'm going to keep assuming that that is the case. And let's inspire Emmerich again. He deals immense damage. Asa has also been hit. And does have resilience, so this daze will clear itself. Like so. So, on your mercenaries that you want to survive, even if they're Battleforged, do seriously consider resilient. It is extremely valuable. Especially against some beasts. Okay, so let's see. We should be able to move here. Oh, we can't, because we don't actually have the fatigue. Okay, so Wolram will need to rotate him out. Let's hope he actually gets to act before the Stollwurms. I believe he will. And also this one will most likely die next round. So let's see how that goes. Alright, that one will definitely die. Now we could taunt this one, which I believe is a good plan. If we taunt the tail, is it going to relocate? Let's find out. So both parts have now been taunted. Okay. Emmerich will probably get the kill here. That is fine, because he has the favored enemy perk. He also deals more damage thanks to Executioner. Alright, one more hit should do it. And one down. So we will definitely win this fight. But we'll see how well the rest of it goes. Alright, let's rotate Jon out here, out of there, just in case the taunts don't work on the tail part. Alright, and let's inspire... Well, let's actually wait before we inspire anyone. So he should be safe here even if the taunts don't work, I think. Also, no, we can move, I guess. I don't believe we need to move, so whatever. Alright, 13%. And as we see, taunting the tail from distance is not going to work. But thanks to freedom of movement and nimble, etc., this tail is not able to do that much against us. So I believe we are completely fine in this fight, because there were only 2 of them. But yeah, taunting the head with a tank seems to be a winning strategy here. Can't actually land a hit with Emmerich. And let's inspire Emmerich again, I suppose, since he deals the most damage and is doing so from a relatively safe position. Okay, Asa has Vengeance active. Let's see how much damage it deals. A pretty good amount. 225. So Vengeance is basically like, I believe, one of the best damage perks available, assuming you have it on someone who can actually land the hits. Alright, launch, go in. Okay, let's instead of a daze go for the 95% chance to hit. Need to relocate there. The wolf. Let's keep on taunting. Right, we might even be able to kill it before it gets to act. It is a distinct possibility here. Yeah, quite likely we will be able to do it. And also what we have learned here is that it seems that they are not going to relocate after they've engaged in battle. Which is very good for us, of course. Okay, Jon might even be able to hit twice, and yes, he will be able to. But maybe we should let Asa hit twice instead. So inspire Asa there. And one more should do it. Okay. So, 4 skull contract and only 2 of them. If there were even one more, this fight would be very much more deadly. Let alone more than 3. And we get quite a few runes out of this. Armor runes. So armor sigil, endurance, and safety. So going without a Vala is definitely something you can do and not miss out on the runes. It will just require taking on these extremely difficult contracts. We get Stollworm blood, we get Stollworm scales, Lindworm Horde, and Lindworm bones. Alright. And no one died. So, yay! We'll also get a huge payday out of this. Fighting the Stollwurms was like taking a butter knife and jabbing it into a basket of vipers. They fought like something from another world, hissing and spewing and biting, but they were no match for the Beastie Boys' resolve and skill. You have the men scalp and skin the creatures and ready them for a return to Thibaut of Weidenbach for a well-earned payday. We did it! Alright. Over 20,000 crowns for this. Thibaut is found warming himself beside a fire. He turns around in the seat to see the Stollworm flesh you have brought in with you. The mayor nods. Quite all right work, Sosord. I'm curious. Do the lizard bastards grow their limbs back? I've heard tales of the reptilian sort carrying such tricks. You shrug and state each creature was slain with as much scientific curiosity a good sword can muster. Tybalt purses his lips. Oh, right. Well, your pay is in the corner there, as much as agreed upon. He returns to the fire, cozying himself up in a blanket and sipping at the lip of a steamy mug. A successful hunt. So, I would assume that these legendary contracts keep getting more difficult. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't, so next time we fight that, it might contain 3 or 4 of them. But yeah, that was a very nice success there. And I suppose we should try out some people here, even if they're hugely expensive for what they are, because we are looking for more. Okay, we have Hate for Beasts here, but we don't want Eelburna here. Not only because of Double-Tongued, but Double-Tongued is one of my least favorite traits to have. These stars are just... Blah. How about Inted? Okay, doesn't have Hate for Beasts. 3000 for a seamstress. Okay, I'm going to skip that. So, these are like bad backgrounds at this point, but in Legends I believe even these bad, quote-unquote bad backgrounds can make for very good late-game brothers, even at this stage, if you get the right combination of perks and traits and stars. And they are cheaper than the more expensive backgrounds, so yeah. Anyway, let's take the caravan that gives us time to heal and repair. We also need to once again do some relocating and inventory management here. Okay, Walram can sit out for Bava. And Hubert get another weapon. What should we be using? Probably the two-handed hammer, I suppose. Jon, actually you can sit out with that amount of damage you took. Molobot go in. Alright, is that it? Maybe Gajon should sit out for someone. Well, let's go with this for now. 14, yeah. Alright, we have the... I guess we do have the runes that we just looted. So we have this very nice safety rune. So I believe instead of giving it to a tank to make them even tankier, we'll give it to a damage dealer like Sami or Wolf to make them survive better, even though they do survive pretty well already. So let's give it to Sami. I think Sami is my favorite mercenary this run. Even if he doesn't like deal as much damage as he possibly could with some perks that he doesn't have access to, like Killing Frenzy for example, but muscularity with this amount of hit points and basically infinite uses of slash and nearly as many uses of lunge makes Sami here one of my favorites, even with this 89 melee skill, which is a bit low. So let's give him the safety rune. We also have a... Let's see. Didn't we loot 3 runes there? Yeah, here they are. Endurance, endurance. So fatigue cost reduction, and this one has +1 fatigue recovery as well. So let's see, I guess like someone like Bava could make good use out of that, or maybe someone like Baldwin. Who keeps running out of fatigue is the question. And the answer is, at this point, not many people do, but let's give... Well, the good thing about these runes that go on armor and helmets is that you can always take them out. If they go on a weapon or shield, you can't take them out. So we can just check to see if we want it. So 12 fatigue cost goes down to 11. I suppose that's worth it, but let's see if this also does it. Yes, it does, and we gain 1 fatigue per round with that, so I'll go with that on Ava. And the other one can go on maybe someone like Gajon, so he can keep on taunting and shield walling better. Let's actually check if Chloe has taunt available. Does not. So, well, it's fine. We'll take Born with a board next level. For now, let's give this to Gajon, and I might decide later that someone else would make a better use out of it. Also, we should check the crafting screen, because we now have more things we could possibly craft. And we still are looking for the repair tent. Also, as you probably noticed, I have finally put this text from around here to here, so maybe that's a bit better for the video. I would assume it is. Let's see, crafting. Crafting. Don't remember these by heart, because, well, I've only fought Stollwurms once, I think. So we can make a flask, which grants 50% damage reduction and immunity to stun, grab, and knockback for 3 turns. Okay, so that's pretty good for sure, but only like, I wouldn't want to be using this outside of some like legendary fights. So not sure I want to be making that, especially since the addiction trait is a possibility, and I hate dealing with that trait if you keep drinking potions. You could make fermented unhold hearts, like, and wine. Sure. So that's all we can currently craft, but let's see if we can craft something else. So, as I've said in a previous episode, we now have the capability of crafting the redback spider. We are just missing a rondel dagger. Let's see, redback helmet is also a possibility. Immunity to poison and grants the webcast active skill. Don't believe I've ever crafted this. We need a barbed helmet and a simple hood. Maybe we should craft that instead of the dagger, since we lost Akbar, who was going to use daggers. Okay, Stollworm helm. We have the scales for that. Immunity from knockback and grab. Immunity from surrounded moral penalties. No fatigue penalties from melee damage. Okay, very nice. We will need a full mail coif and a great helm. So I'll need to remember exactly what all the stuff we need for this is. Let's see what else. At some point we might be able to craft this lindworm armor that for some reason doesn't have a text description or a name even. Stollworm scale cloak. Immune to stun, knockback, grab, and acid. Very nice. Requires unhold hides as well. So this is very good against like orcs and unholds, and obviously lindworms and stollworms, so probably worth crafting. We'll need to decide if we craft this or the helmet. This can go on either Nimble or Battleforge, well, Lithe also. This is going to be like a 3 or 4 layer, I think. Maybe a 2 layer, but probably a 3 or 4. So obviously this is very good, but this requires more scales. Well, I believe we'll probably want to craft these scale cloaks over that, because it requires less of these Stollworm scales. But we'll need to kill some unholds for that, which is completely fine. Those are plentiful and easy at this point. Let's see, is there anything else that we care about? Oh, we can now craft blessed water ourselves. Don't need to worry about or wait for the monks and nuns to craft it. Don't want to be crafting it, I don't believe, since it's not that useful. Unless you use it against Winsel Matters or something. I don't know, maybe you could make good use out of it in some fights, but not sure if it's like going to be necessary in them. Probably not. Okay, so we need to kill unholds. And also we need to... Well, we don't need to, but this redback helm might be good as well. So barbed helmet and simple hood. Should try to remember that. Okay. And crafting food is super fast. Let's also craft something else, so like reinforced throwing nets or something. Don't need any more fur padding or bone plating. Don't need more basilisk trophy necklaces, I don't think. Okay. Oh, well, we have these dried roots and berries. I guess we could make those. It's probably not even worth it, but whatever. Alright. One healer would be good. Don't have an injury, but still. Alright, and at this point... Okay, we gained 15 tools, nice. I am going to boost the difficulty scaling to the maximum. Let's see if it affects things. I'm also going to increase the bonus chance to spawn a champion to 25%. So... Let's see. So 200 is the maximum. We might turn this up later, but for now let's go for it with 25% there. Alright. So my hope is that that difficulty scaling increase will make random roaming parties that we will encounter. It is day 300 plus, so my hope is that those random parties will be at least a little bit of a challenge instead of complete pushovers with that 300% scaling. Alright. Crafted a load of crap. Hunting lindworms. Well, I guess we'll hunt lindworms. At this point, we are probably not afraid of lindworms. We can probably just pretty easily kill them. At least that is my assumption. Let's also have a drink. We deserve a drink after destroying Stollwurms. Want some soup? I got beef and potatoes in there. No spices though, ran out of them on account of the war. Okay, that is very generous of you, but no thank you. I guess I should... Well, I don't know. Like, checking these rumors. In vanilla, that's a good way to find famed items every now and again, but in Legends you have so many sources of famed items. But let's check anyway. Okay, yes, we won't touch the innkeeper's daughter. Yeah, good talk. Anyway, I guess for this we again want to like do some rearranging for a little bit, because we probably want more than 2 tanks, even if it's going to be semi-easy this time. Then again, I don't know if it's like something we need to be worried about anymore. But yeah, okay, Bjorn, you can... Well, you can sit out because your armor is still kind of destroyed. Would like to have your pole hammer though. Let's give that to Borghild for now. And our range people... Well, I guess Walram is more useful than Molobod, because Molobod doesn't have a gun yet. A gun would be a good way to deal AoE damage against lindworms. We don't have one. Just yet, we don't. Okay, all of the people in the front here should probably be able to handle it at this point. We might want to wait for these helmets to be repaired though before we actually fight. Yeah, this is probably good. Alright, let's repair for a little bit. Don't need to heal anymore. No tools. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll buy these expensive tools, it's fine. Let's also check the hiring screen. Hugely expensive poacher. No hit for beasts. Okay. Okay. We are once again out of tools. Really want that repair tent. Yeah, I'll go with this lineup. I'm not going to give Hubert a shield, even though maybe I should. But I believe at this point we are capable of just nuking them down. And they are far less scary than Stollwurms are. If it's going to be nighttime, I guess I'll let Vala sit out and instead bring Jon, whose armor is now repaired. I guess I will. I will do that. Where are you, lindworms? Be on the lookout! Yes, we are. Alright, I see tracks 7. So that's less than last time we fought them. So this should be quite easy. Alright. So this is definitely the lindworm episode. And we have high ground here. I guess we should take it. Though Samiken... So, okay, so they don't actually close the distance as fast as the Stollwurms do, so we can wait and see where they end up, it's fine. Okay, hurry up, lindworms, I haven't got all day. Not afraid of you anymore. Not when there's only 7 of you. Let's see if that actually is true or not. Alright, so we could take these high ground spots, or we could just like back off and wait for them to slowly slither their way next to us before we start killing them. Both options are fine. So the thing here is that we will probably like need to get off the high ground at some point, because we can't like manipulate them to get next to it necessarily. And the heads have reach attacks anyway. And we don't even need the high ground advantage, so I don't know. Let's just back off and let them slowly come towards us. Oh, damn bush. Let's leave Chloe a bit further ahead though. We'll want to intercept a couple of them at least with Chloe. Same with Gajon. Alright, I believe they'll not get close enough yet, but I'll still wait in case we want to reposition depending on where they go. So it seems either the scaling doesn't work as I would hope, or it doesn't like affect these contracts anymore. Maybe it like breaks around 200% or something, and the 300% doesn't actually increase it anymore. Because last time we fought these lindworms, I believe both of these have been 3 skull contracts. We had, if I remember correctly, there were 9 of them. Though I might be wrong, I don't know. So, not sure why exactly this time this is easier. And let's just, yeah, let's hold position. But let's inspire someone already for next round. Probably Sami. And wait. And wait. Oh, are you seriously going to stop there? You are. Alright, so... Well, Sami will get to go in already, but the problem here is that these ones have reach advantage. Well, not reach advantage, they have height advantage with reach capabilities. So that's a bit suboptimal. So we shouldn't like allow that. So I guess we'll let the Inspire go to waste and go backwards. 1 tile at least still. At least with most people. Because I don't want to take a position here and have at least this head have the reach attack from an elevated position, so let's reposition once again. Chloe can intercept a fair amount of them though, especially thanks to this push here. Okay, I'll do a silly rotation here, because it's so cheap. I want Wolf in this spot. Let's use Gajon over here. Alright, and Walram take, I suppose, this position. Okay, and now we see what happens with these nasties. So this is 16 fatigue, shield walling, and we have iron lungs. So we can keep shield wall up even without rebound or mind over body or shield mastery. Wait. Okay, they are getting next to Gajon. Please come towards my actual killers. Like you two, get over here. That is the wrong way. Oh. They're all content in trying to assassinate Gajon. Which is probably fine, but we need to like go in now. our plan has failed a little bit. We wanted like 1 or 2 to come here, so we could just nuke them down. But they were smarter than that. So what we'll do here is just go in and start killing them, I guess. Okay, so this one is not going to stay here, is it? Or is this one its tail? It might be. So it might be content in staying there if that's the case. Okay, Yawn is level 11. If you can't handle it by now, then you're never going to handle it, so just get in there. Let's let Chloe handle these two by her lonesome. So I could launch here on the tail, or I could move here and launch on the head. I think I prefer this spot, even if it's more dangerous. I believe Sami can handle it at this point. Enhard should be fine. So go in. Same with the wolf. Gajon, your job now is to just keep shield walling and possibly use taunt at some point. Now Hubert should also be fine, I guess. Has underdog, has light, has freedom of movement and 75 melee defense. So take that position. He even managed to lower this one's resolve by just getting next to it. Herman, get over there. Imrik. Take that spot, even though split attacks are a possibility, but we can just move out of there if the need arises. Okay, we have Inspire range on Emmerich, so let's do it. Alright. Let's nuke them down. Could taunt this head. Let's do it. Haha. Okay, we are probably even able to kill this before it gets to act. Well, we'll see. Okay. Oh, one more is going for Chloe. That's fine. So one of these days we might get extremely unlucky and start to be hit with these 5% on someone like Chloe, and eventually even they would succumb to that kind of damage. But hopefully that day won't arrive ever, or today, or soon. Not very insightful commentary there, but you know what I mean. This one has still not acted. Let's wait there. Inspire Emmerich again. Miss a 95 there. Which is kind of sad. Let's destroy armor on this one. So this is taunted, we don't need to worry about that one. And we miss another 95. Okay, so now we could move here if we wanted to, but There's probably no point. I mean, if this one goes for a flank, it doesn't even matter, I don't believe. Because at this point we are pretty confident in our abilities to handle these things. Alright. And one down. I do like the sound design of Battle Brothers. And the music. Here we could go in or we could just wait. I don't know. Let's wait. And let's... let's not even taunt here. Not yet at least. And instead of going here, we won't, because we might get hit by the split attack in this direction and don't want to be hit on Emmerich. Oh, that one is also content in trying to slay Chloe. So a couple of good tanks and capable damage dealers, and Lindworms no longer not an issue. Right. Should probably be able to move here already. We are going to kill this very fast. Okay, let's actually move the wolf here, because I want to launch to this position with Sami. Ow. Okay, Baldwin has been hit. Can probably take like one more hit. Because he doesn't have freedom of movement. Continue to inspire Emmerich. Okay, Enhard, wait. Missed 295s, okay. Sure. I'm actually gonna move here. Okay, so Lindworm tails do have Zone of Control, but Stollworm tails don't. I'm not sure if that's an oversight or intentional. But that is the case. No, we got the kill there. So no kill for Emmerich. That's fine though. And Baldwin, I will use him still. Could even just rotate someone, but... yeah, actually let's rotate Emmerich closer, I guess. Because if we rotate him closer, he'll get to attack twice instead of just once. The only issue is we will also need to rotate Jon out of the way, which means he won't be able to attack. Next round, probably. But whatever. And now let's move closer with Halvor. Okay, Borghild, go for this one. Well, yeah, Jon still had full action points for this round. So he's not going to be able to attack. Oh, I should use the cudgel there. Well, whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, Emmerich is now engaged with the tail part, but it doesn't probably matter because we'll quite likely be able to kill it, actually. And if not, we can just rotate with Baldwin or someone. Though Baldwin is also someone who can actually take damage here, so I don't know. But rather Baldwin goes than Emmerich. So perhaps a slight mistake there, but even so, we're probably fine. Okay, let's move here so that Jon actually can attack. Okay, this one's fleeing. Okay, we can taunt here. Yes, we will. Don't have enough fatigue for both parts though. And we miss another 95. We'll just have to wait and see how painful that will be. If we get really unlucky, Emmerich might even die to this. Don't believe that will happen, but it is a theoretical possibility because of his basically non-existent melee defense. Well, we can also... Well, we can rotate, never mind. He's not gonna die. So let's do it. And let Baldwin instead take the damage there. Good. This is taunted. We can take... Well, we can't actually. We don't have Pathfinder. Alright, inspire Emmerich again. Alright, 3 left. If Borghild takes damage here, we'll just rotate her out of it. Depending on the amount. And she is able to evade the attacks, so no problem. I guess Gajon goes in as well, even though we don't really need his tanking capabilities anymore in this fight, I don't believe. Okay. Very nice. We are at plus 25%, which is capped now for melee skill and max damage against these things. Alright, just 2 of them left. Let's go get them. Okay, we are hit by an 11% there because we were a bit stupid there, tried to move there. Well, also Gajon doesn't have resilient, so he's actually in a bit of a bind here. So that would be silly to lose him like that, but if it happens, then we will shed 2.5 tiers and move on with our lives. Okay, let's get Emmerich over there. And we can even rotate Gajon out of the action if we deem it necessary. Okay, so freedom of movement, well, it's 79 still, so should be fine even without any body armor remaining. Even so, we probably don't even want to be in this spot. We want to, like, make room for our damage dealers, so let's move out of there. Mission 91 this time. Asa has been hit and dazed. But it will clear itself because we waited. keep on killing. Gashan, you've done your duty, get out of there. Extremely impressive damage there by Emmerich once again. Nice. Nice. Completely inconsequential relocation of the tail there. And we miss a 95% vengeance shot, so good thing that those don't matter because this is easy enough. Ah well, it do be what it do be. Very nice, very nice. Okay. We get 3 level ups from that and some more lindworm garbage. We did it! Again. Okay. Chloe, now level 15, takes Born with a Board for 10% damage reduction and also 2 free shield walls. So get this crappier shield out in case we meet opponents that destroy shields. Let's take more hit points, more initiative, and you have heightened reflexes, so melee defense and initiative in the form of ranged defense. Enhard, level 14. Gajon, level 15. Okay, you also have heightened reflex. For this level, I'll take double initiative in that case. Go to 190. You also have perk, and I suppose we'll take Pathfinder as we had decided earlier. Though we could take a quick look here if there's anything we'd rather want on him. Can make a bit of use, not a lot, but a bit of use out of Mind Over Body. But not sure if we want to be doing that with only 65 resolve. Though there are ways of boosting that. Definitely there are. Could even go for staff block instead of using a shield occasionally, but eh. That's probably inferior. And other than that, I don't know, is there anything here that we would like on a tank? I suppose rotation is almost always good, but would prefer it to have on someone with more fatigue, perhaps, though he does have iron lungs. Let's just take the Pathfinder, get him to spots where we deem it to be of most value for us. Okay, let us return to Erlach. Alright, and also Jon has taken a pay cut because he is getting older. I'm not going to read this since I read this old text during our Crusader run. It's a pretty nice flavor text, but I'm sure everyone who's watching this video will have like read it or seen it somewhere by now. So, yeah. And we have an escort caravan. I guess we'll take that as well. And we are going to a good location because we need tools. So let's camp. Oh, it actually didn't let us select what we want here, so we can't repair now, so let's not repair. Let's check if there's something we want to salvage for tools, I guess. This thing, I guess. And this. Guess these barbarian things can go. That can go. That can go. And that. And I suppose it's fine if even this goes, but yeah, sure, why not? So let's salvage that, which enables us to keep repairing. I'm not going to craft anything now. Don't even need to gather. Guess I could keep on training with people. But let's go with this for now. Alright, so this has been a successful Stollworm / Lindworm episode. I was expecting to die to the Stollworms, at least on a couple of people. Okay, so we are being attacked by a very easy group of brigands. So even with the scaling at maximum, assuming it actually works, and it being day 300 plus, we are still getting groups with thugs. Why? Well, whatever. Next time we will demolish, destroy, annihilate these stupid bandits. Because I am currently... Well, this episode has been long enough, basically. So, thank you for watching the Stollworm episode, and I will see you next time.